It's weird, I'm gonna say it. It's weird.
Turn it up.
Do I just like do up my suit?
I have no buttons on. So,
That is unusable.
happy Saturday night, MsMojo fans. It's Eliza.
And Sam here to give you our takes on episode 3 of season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
So if you're not caught up yet, get out of here. Go check it out, but please come back when you're done.
Because what better time to be watching Drag Race Untucked, Drag Race RuCaps, and all things Drag Race than right now with Hear Us Now. Get on it.
Let's do it.
So once again, in case you thought you were gonna have a fun escapism Friday night, we are reminded at the beginning of the episode that Sherry Pie has been disqualified for her actions.
That's right, so we'll be keeping our coverage of her to an absolute minimum.
I don't want to talk about Sherry Pie.
So right at the beginning of the episode, we see all the queens are there facing off against each other, battle mode. It looks like it's gonna be this intense thing. And of course, the typical reality show fashion, cut to everybody's all smiles, having a good time.
5 New York girls!
5 New York girls!
New York Queens got me feeling like Cap and Spidey meeting up in the airport.
Where you from?
Queens?
Brooklyn.
Am I going to straight culture here?
They were sizing each other up. It was very intense. It was very like,
The first rule of war is know thine enemy.
a really funny moment was when Nikki was sizing up the other queens.
You're supposed to show your strongest assets, and they kind of like crackle in front of us, and we're just like eating popcorns like, spill the tea, bitch.
So a pro of this moment is we finally get to see everyone together. But the con is eliminations are now in effect.
Somebody's got to go home. Oh, pit crew!
Oh, pit crew! And now for the mini challenge, we get to see the pit crew come in for the first time this season, all oiled up, and I am not mad at it, and neither is Heidi apparently.
I want you to line up the queens you've just met from top to bottom.
So very, very shady. You know that's gonna cause drama, Ru.
Shady boo. Shady boo.
This was like the Machiavellian final stage of shady.
Now this week, the 4 team captains will be Widow and Jada. And the 2 queens they put in the bottom.
It's like, I'm gonna take the winners, make them rank people, and then take the people they ranked at the bottom and have them pick their teammates first. It's genius.
Great television. Widow put my boo Aiden at the bottom, and I really like them both, so like, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, that's about right.
Aiden does look like one of the weaker ones. She's got a style, she's got a look, she's got an aesthetic. She does not have the confidence.
Whatever. Honestly, I'm unbothered.
I did not believe that for 1 second.
We also saw Jada put Heidi in the bottom, and Heidi was definitely a little bit miffed.
All them bitches.
Like, that's what you need when you're put in the bottom, not, honestly, I'm unbothered. We can tell you're bothered. That's what every fry cook I've ever worked with looks like when they have to work overtime.
Honestly, I'm unbothered.
It's interesting that you say that actually, because I did believe her actually. You cannot define yourself by what other people think about you, and I think Aiden gets that.
I think you have the same rose-colored glasses on looking at Aiden that I do when I look at Nikki.
Oh, I'll allow it.
So right away we have Aiden picking the drama queens, so to speak, filling up her team with talent.
Is she gonna get swallowed up by these incredibly trained actors?
And they certainly seemed to want to swallow Aiden up. They weren't trying to uplift her.
No.
Because we saw over on Team Heidi, we have Jackie instructing her team on how to improvise, which I thought was partly hilarious because she's like,
Do you remember what the first rule of improv is?
Always say
Yes, and.
and Heidi goes,
yes and.
then Jackie's like,
You don't say that.
I love seeing people teach improv and then shut other people down.
We'll never shut each other down on stage. You don't say that.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, and also, Rock'em Sakura got picked last. I was like, this is madness.
I don't think the other girls know what to do with Rock'em. You can see there's something there, but I don't think we know what it is yet.
So the Maxi challenge is called World's Worst, like an anti-talent challenge.
Yeah, kind of this American Idol styled horrid performances.
Yeah.
Team Jada, which ended up with 4 people because Rock'em got to pick her team. They seemed pretty united.
I think they did up until Rock kind of wanted to change parts.
I feel like the orange is not interesting. Her character description is literally like 3 words.
We've seen it happen time and time again where someone wants the big role. Girl, there's no small parts, only small actors. You gotta make it work.
Some of the best performances have just been 2 lines in something.
Your mother darn sucks in hell.
girl, rock your orange, make up a couple puns. Which she did.
I did agree with Nikki when she said it was a bit predictable for her to be the sexy one.
I'm not happy with the role that I got because being a look queen and being the sexy one is kind of like predictable.
This was a similar case to me as RuCap, someone using the role they were given as an excuse. So Heidi N gets a new moniker, Heidi Ho.
Heidi N Closet. You know that's a terrible name, right?
It is. It's terrible. It's
Yeah.
awful.
I don't find it that bad though.
If it was a better pun, I could be on board.
Heidi, then you have to reshape your mouth to say N.
And also, I loved how Heidi was so about it.
She has to change my name to Heidi Who, Heidi Ho, Heidi Duty, Heidi Don't Call Me Late for Lunch. If that's what it takes to get to the end, a bitch might just change her name.
And it doesn't seem to be caving to the pressure so much as stepping up to the occasion.
Heidi, 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 ho.
So now we're into the Maxi Challenge. They are in the world's worst competition.
Oh my God, and Ornacia was a guest judge.
Our gone too soon queen, Ornacia, up on the panel with Bossy, Rossi, and Charo. Star-studded.
Mother has arrived.
Mother has arrived.
We start with the Del Rio trio, Team Heidi.
We had Heidi, we had Gigi, and we had Jackie. I thought they did such a great job. Oh my God, and the Charlie's Angels part, where they were all just like,
Charlie's Angels. The Charlie's Angels.
Heidi was definitely a breakout star.
Heidi's performance, oh, I loved it. Living.
You know, I expected Jackie to do well, and Gigi's part was really tough, but she still did a really, really good job.
It takes a lot of work to not say anything and still have presence on stage, and I think Gigi did it really well.
So next we've got the Squirrel Scouts, Crystal, Widow, and Nikki. I thought it was, you know, it was pretty good. Widow was definitely the strongest.
They did a nut butter joke.
And I swallow. I mean, taste test.
It was all right. Next we have the Fruity Patooties, which is Team Jada, the 4-person team.
I thought that they were really funny. I get that Dahlia's character was a bit tricky, but it was really, really tough to compete with Rock and Jan in that performance. Oh, also Rock, aren't you glad you kept that part?
Seems like it was more appealing in the end. Dahlia was saying that it threw her off her game, that she couldn't be sexy.
I'm not looking polished and it's just throwing my whole game off.
You have to be more than one thing here. You're supposed to look ridiculous. That's what's gonna fit the character, fit the scene, and Dahlia was not giving her team enough. I would like to mention, Dahlia looks like a snack out of drag. I'm so sorry we didn't put it in last week, but she was naked for the whole time we were talking about her. YouTube is not body positive like we are, so we had to cut it out. We're really sorry. Dahlia.
So last we had 3 girls, 1 brain, which was Britta, Aiden, and Sherry. I have to say for myself though, I did find the first part when they were talking at the same time felt very protracted.
All of a sudden, lightning struck.
Strong, like we would expect. I think they were really good at listening to each other. We were scared that Aiden was gonna get swallowed up. She was most certainly swallowed up.
I definitely thought that Aiden's teammates were kind of harsh on her later on when they were talking about it.
Sherry and I are both really good at, or at least we like to think we are, really good at improv.
And I was like, did we miss something? Did they cut out a different conflict that we missed? It felt like a lot, ladies. So the main stage, Ru's look was wild and sexy, lots of legs. And we have a guest judge, the lovely Olivia Munn.
Yeah, despite my superhero fandom, someone else had to tell me, oh, she's in Marvel movies. I'm like, is she? Then I realized it's the X-Men ones and nobody watches those.
What do you want?
Now we're on the runway.
Category is buttons and bows.
All right, so first out we have Jada in what I clocked as a very safe choice.
Yeah, super cute. Fit the challenge.
Dahlia, what do you think of Dahlia's look?
I thought it was really pretty, and the more I looked at it, the more I became really into it. It was sexy, but she still kept like a very delicate look to it, and legs for days.
Rock'em Sakura.
Alice, come through the looking glass.
She was giving us a story, which I love.
For your consideration, Jan.
I loved Jan's look. She was giving me this like Coraline meets 9, where it was all these burlap dolls.
Jan had another unexpected look. These runways are calculated.
She wants to win.
Next, we had Heidi in Closet. I thought her outfit was relatively safe at first, except for the giant nose, and then she turned around and showed us her buttons. Then I got it.
Loosen up my buttons, babe. The look worked so well. I don't know if I would have liked to see her blend the nose into her face better, or if that's just splitting hairs at this point. Splitting nose hairs.
Gigi was pure fashion. I just wrote in my notes, fashion, all caps.
Orange buttons.
But make it fashion.
Jackie.
Oh, Jackie's look was cute.
But I did agree with Ross when he said,
it is just a skosh costume store.
Jackie goes for that costumey, campy drag, so it wasn't way off base.
Widow's look, I definitely admired the boldness, but I have to say I thought it was a little crazy. Was it a little crazy?
I just have down here clown realness.
No, we've seen better clowns.
I mean, if I had $1 for every time I've heard that, I'd have $1. Okay. Crystal Method. It was red, it was pink, it was wild. I think it fit the challenge. It looks like a Valentine's Day gift on acid.
It had a theme to it. I liked Crystal's look. It had this boxy look, which worked because she was a present. Nikki Doll. I love that button fascinator.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say wiginator?
I'm gonna call that a wiginator because it's like a
What
fascinator.
did you call me?
I like that.
I loved everything about it. It told a story. It was giving us Cinderella realness, but like before the ball.
I really liked it too. It was a really artistic, deconstructed Cinderella, I thought. Deconstructed Cinderella.
Nikki Doll can push my buttons any day.
The joke wrote itself, folks. I love Aiden Zane, and I did like the outfit, but I was worried that the judges would think it was too simple. It was more earlier seasons of Drag Race.
It looked like something that I might wear, minus the bows.
I mean, you do own that sweater.
I own many like it, and I'm not about to slap bows on them. If she had just done one big bow and one big button on it, that would have been a little more focused. Britta, safe.
Very pink, lots of bows.
For the last runway contestant, all I'm gonna say is it's going to be hard to ignore Sherry Pie in this competition, but we will persist.
Ladies, you represent the tops and bottoms of the week.
We are left with Jackie, Heidi, Crystal, Nikki, and Dahlia, and Sherry. The top was Jackie, Heidi, and Sherry.
And it was really tough to see anyone in the bottom, I have to say.
Someone's got to be first to go, even on season 12. The most interesting critique I found was the one that Crystal got.
And you really have such a fun energy nobody else has. That will make the difference for you, not how much makeup you put on.
Amen.
I said it week 1, and Ross said it so perfectly when he said,
find a way to merge the beautiful art that you do with your face. How do I say that?
it did feel kind of more like a mask. And the bottom 2 this week were Dahlia and Nikki.
My heart, it hurts. Devastated.
So sorry.
Oh, devastated. I'm not in a good mood anymore. The pain! I'm getting too worked up. I was not happy at home when I saw Nikki there. You don't want to see either of them go, but immediately I knew which one couldn't stay. This was a disappointing lip sync. Starship's so strong coming out of the gate, and since then we haven't really had the same caliber. It was a too cool for school lip sync, and both of them were too cool to lip sync well.
It looked like neither one of them could really move in the outfits that they had, so I didn't really blame them for not being able to move around the stage.
I blame them for that. Listen, these 2 queens were in the bottom because they were told, you're too pretty and you don't have enough personality.
Throw in the French. It's fun, it's charming, it's you.
I wanted to see them do some stuff, show me something.
Just move.
Just move something. Oh, if Ru had said both of you sashay away, it would not have been the most surprising thing in the world. Nikki got it by a hair.
Is it just me, or did they barely show Nikki's mouth? I felt like they spent a lot more time focusing on Dahlia.
They couldn't show Nikki winning, so they had to show Dahlia losing. Yeah, no one won this lip sync.
Dahlia Sin, my dear, we'll have one less gorgeous queen without you.
She had a not so graceful exit.
We love you, Dahlia.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell she was a little bit heartbroken. Nobody wants to be the first one to go home.
We've all been there where it's like, screw this, I'm taking my toys and going home.
She said, but at least I look good when I went out, and she sure did.
Dahlia, I love you.
We will miss you, Dahlia.
Call me. Ooh. Ah. Dahlia, you will forever live on in our hearts. We are at the leaderboard. Your sports are canceled, so you are coming here for all your competitive television needs.
Scores and stats and such.
We'll reiterate the system one more time. Winning a challenge gets you 2 points. Being in the top gets you 1 point. Being in the bottom 3 is -1 point. And lip syncing for your life is -2 points. So this week, the winner of the challenge has been disqualified, so she's not eligible for points. We have Widow and Jada tied for first with 2 points. Gigi, Jackie, and Heidi right behind them with 1 point each. Then we have a bunch of them with 0 points so far, and at the bottom, we have my beloved Nikki Doll, the first to get the -2, and Crystal with -1 point for being in the bottom. And Dahlia is unfortunately eliminated. So that's it for us today. Be sure to let us know what you thought of these Drag Race shenanigans in the comments below.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and hey, tell your friends.
Tell all your friends. You can follow us on Instagram at MsMojo. You can follow me on Twitter at BeatEasy or Instagram at TheBeatEasy.
And you will catch us here every Saturday.
Because we will be recapping this whole season for you. Bye.